Oh, yes.
Soulguard Melting. Okay. How do we play Soulguard Melting? No. I'm gonna play it with Dregs, though. Hmm. See what we got. This probably has to be my last run of the night, because I have some stuff to run around and do tomorrow. Mostly, I have to, like, wrap gifts and do some cooking. Oh yeah, I really love the ability to share seeds. And I actually get pretty miffed when you cannot share seeds in a roguelike. I was playing one a while ago. It was a very fun game. Curse of the Dead Gods. Um, oh, shoot. I'm trying to remember what else those developers did, because there was another game they did before Curse of the Dead Gods that was pretty fun. Um, but Curse of the Dead Gods has like fun melee combat. It's like a top-down hack and slash style roguelike. The individual weapons were really good. They had like these nice punching mechanics where a lot of the weapons, if you did a special thing with them, they would like do a critical hit or some stuff like that. You'd have weapons that did like critical after parry, or like critical if you swap between like melee and ranged, because you could have a melee weapon and a ranged weapon. It was very like um kind of like dark, gritty aesthetic. It had an art style that was kind of reminiscent of Darkest Dungeon, with a really like thick line work. Um, I don't remember. I just can't remember their previous game to save my life. But I got kind of annoyed with their development. I was suggesting to them, "Hey, you should do shareable seeds. You should do like set seeds that people can play the game. This like allows people to race a seed. This is and they had daily challenges and stuff like that. So I feel like they had the technology for it or something underlying, but they never made seeded runs, from what I could tell, unless they have implemented it in a later patch. I don't know. They did do some crossover stuff. I believe they did a crossover thing with Dead Cells, because Dead Cells kind of crossed over with every other roguelike. But you can find like the Dead Cells sword in the game. It's hecka cursed, if I remember right. Like, it makes you really fragile, but it does a crazy amount of damage. All right. For this run, we've got Herzl's Offering Token, Wicklash, and Cold Kalia. So Wicklash, Cold Kalia is kind of interesting. Offering tokens are pretty good, and we've got Herzl's Horde. What am I thinking looking at this? So I don't know how we're tanking. I feel like we've got pretty good damage options. We've got a Thorn's Fleshweaver, a Thorn's Kale, and Chosen of Dominion. We have our Sweeper for Chosen of Dominion. We want our Sweeper to hit 35. They do not have to hit quick. And ideally, we have something we can, like, mold up to sit in front to soak up all the corruption. Manifold Mirror is pretty interesting, but the rooms we have access to are really mediocre. I've heard that you can, like, manifold a Siren Song, and it gets really funny. I don't have anything consumable, and Trader's Quill is usually pretty underwhelming unless you're, like, under Legion. It might be fun with Gifts for a Guard. I've never seen it. Well, we're looking at Titan Channel and Cold Channel again. I was kind of hoping I would see Dire Channel so I could give you some more variety tonight. Because I just finished doing a Cold Channel run and a Titan Channel run before that. With the offering tokens, I think it's Titan Channel. Yeah, Siren Elevator. Yeah, it's funny. Mark of Invasion. This should be playable. I think the way we do this is we play Cold Kalia top floor to sweep with a Shield Steward, Soul Guard. And we might not contest the bottom floor very much. I think we probably use that to play Dregs, but we just want to, like, maximize Soul Guard a hell of a lot. Yeah, we're gonna ditch you. So we're gonna have some throwaways that are gonna give us like a tight deck rotation, and then we just try to get Soul Guard super big to beat the boss. That's my game plan right now. We're gonna let a lot of things by. But Forsaken Few doesn't have any like chime dudes or anything like that. Okay, this Fallen Champion's gonna hurt us. That's fine. Sometimes we take a little damage in the biz. None of these units are staying alive. I just want to cast more spells, get more cards up. I think if we have about 8 or 9 shards, we just win. It's gonna only apply to a friendly. We're taking 9 from these dudes. I have nothing to say about that. Well, kind of, sort of. I can Forgotten Power one of them, so we take 6. $11 wins. And that's why we play titanchannel, because we have no other stats in our initial draft. Titan, if I have 2 offering tokens, I'm less keen on getting a Titan's Gratitude, because it's enough things that say discard on them. Like, I have 7 cards in my deck that say discard a card, so I think this is not important. Also, Flash Freeze is good against the Flesh Weaver. Memento Mori is really blah. I don't want another Wicklash. Molten Encasement doesn't do much, but it probably helps Cold Kalia stay alive a little bit. Let's see. Got 1 Merchant of... No, I've got 2 Merchants of Steel, 1 Merchant of Magic. I'm more keen on the Merchants of Steel right now, anyway. We have Strength, Heart, Smidge, Titan. Let's see. The Siren of the Sea and Guard of the Unnamed both like naturally work together with Soul Guard. Guard of the Unnamed I like more if it's Dire Channel. We could run a Guard of the Unnamed along with Cold Kalia. Maybe we actually smidge something here. So I could do like a Titan smidge Guard of the Unnamed with Cold Kalia and Soul Guard together on the same floor. That's kind of interesting. The funny thing about Guard of the Unnamed is on Incant it gains 3 armor, and the Siren of the Sea on Incant gains 3 attack and 3 health. This is really similar to 3 armor, except that it also has damage, and the only thing you pay is the initial 13 health. If you're casting enough, it doesn't really matter. The other difference is that armor can be dualized, and you cannot dualize health. But we're not looking at a dualize, we're looking at a smidge, if I wanted to take something here. The other possibility is, I mean, Cold Kalia is probably not on the incant, right? I think I take the Siren because it just does more. It's a more impactful thing to take, even though Titanstone is better on the other guy. Alright, so Cold Kalia, we want to hit 35 damage, but she doesn't need to do it all right away. She can actually hit 29 damage, because she just needs to hit 35 by end of turn, and the Frostbite counts. That's true. Yeah, I lose the armor on Reform, but not HP. I'm probably not reforming those anytime soon, unless I get, like, a Wax Combustible. You really don't want to be reforming units that you're not willing to Wickstone, or units that don't have a baseline burnout, unless you can reform them a lot really fast. Hallowed Halls always works. Doesn't matter what you do. You can always play Hallowed Halls. I'm trying to think if I Strength Stone Cold Kalia here. I think I probably do. I think that's fine. The next question is probably... I think I Heartstone a Shield Steward because I'm up against the Flesh Weaver, and I almost always make that choice for Flesh Weaver. It helps a lot. I don't know if I do anything else here, unless I'm like smidge stoning that same guy, which I'm probably not. Yeah, I think I'll try it like this. I think I have an idea of what I'm doing right now. I don't think I'm ready to take card purchase, funnily enough. Shield, Spear, Siren, Soul Guard, Shield, Cold Kalia. We can drop the Spear still. I don't know what we're looking for right now. We need something else. That's probably playable because a lot of our stuff set is zero-cost spells anyway. We probably still win with Big Soul Guard. We can do this Shield Steward here. I need to remember also that I have Urzels, which makes equipment a little stronger than usual. Technically, I can kind of build up a Whiplash drag back over here. And it's kind of nice. If I keep Whiplashing him, he won't burn out. That, this. Guys out of the way. Okay, I think I've won this fight. Like, and then some. I don't have room to play other stuff. Soul Guard's at 9. Even without Soul Guard waking up, but that'll make it faster. Okay, cool. Check my drafts. I don't see a play option for Energy Siphon right now because I have so little damage. Helical might be useful in some cases. Helical gives me something I can't do, and I don't see a use for Cuddle Hex. I'm going to take that. These are pretty marginal. Yeah, I don't feel good about adding those. Alright. I'm going to use the restroom. I will be right back. So, I was thinking about taking this Merchant of Arms because we have a Manifold Mirror, and sometimes it goes really crazy. And I've already gotten my units upgraded through one round, so I'm less confident that I need to upgrade them to go to the Flesh Weaver. Let's try it. I have a Herzls, so this Merchant of Arms should be more powerful than usual. I can get certain deployables. We can try the Siren Ladder. I think let's try the Siren Ladder. And I'm gonna make it deployable because I have energy for days. Do I re-roll for an equipment? The melting specific equipment is Remnant Blades. It's not very good. Titanchannel Soul Guard doesn't really care about or like any equipment. Can't really hold it. There's not really anything the Siren of the Sea likes either. We can check for a quick dagger on Cold Kalia. That's worth looking for. There we go. Swift Steel Dagger. If I had a little bit more money, I would have taken that Steward's Quarters too. Although the Steward's Quarters probably doesn't like cooperate with our Manifold Mirror setup. So I think this applies like this and allows you to do that. I think I remember somebody saying that on the forum. Well, getting these floor install mods is incompatible with what I'm doing with the Manifold Mirror, so I'll take the Hammer. I think we're putting the Hammer on the Sweeper. That might get really crazy at some points. It's kind of fun. We can get the Hammer combined with our Swift Steel Dagger later and make it deployable. It sounds funny. And it might get us out of having to get any Heaven's Lights. So we're probably looking at a Hell's Flame and a Limbo's Solace this run in that case. So we have to play it up here. Oh, okay, so it eats the Manifold, but it doesn't play to the other floors. Okay, alright, that's fair. But because it does eat the Manifold, That's actually kind of tricky. Makes it a lot less useful. All right, we tested. We have learned. This means I could have taken a different event at the Herzls. Let's see, do this. Play this. This, I think. Okay, so... might play the Molten Encasement here for the Siren of the Sea. Try and keep them healthy. Play a couple Dregs back here to help remove some stuff from him. We're on power to get him started on that. I didn't play that on Solgard's floor, which I would usually want to do. But I think it's effective against the boss here. Okay, we're losing the Shield Steward. Frostbite's doing some work there. These guys get... Oh, these guys go up to the pyre and they actually do Thorns damage to us. It's a little annoying. Play that just for incants. We're stealth there, so that's all fine. I should take less damage if I Swift Steal here. Yep. Play out some Dregs to block some hits. Do that. We do this. Okay. We need to get more incants in. I think I like Helical here. We don't want to play the Whiplash. Get the Siren bigger. We're going to take another 4 damage from those spikes. But we've gotten all the flesh off the Flesh Weaver. Means that we are almost guaranteed to win the fight. I want to play this Calcified Ember, I think. I'm not sure if we can prevent the Cold Kalia from dying with that. Not quite. Just get that out there. So I could have played that Dreg somewhere else. Like this. I'll just let that die. So I can maximize Soul Guard. I don't think I want to play the Whiplashes. Point. He wins. The Large Boy. So we don't get this Manifold Mirror play. Formless Child is interesting. This is a very good, actually a very, very good reform effect. It isn't quite reform because it just brings the defeated unit to your hand without reforming it, which means it does not necessarily put burnout on things, which is very interesting and good. Frostpiercer is obviously strong on either the Cold Kalia or the Siren of the Sea. We kind of just saw that playing out before. We could definitely combine that with the Swift Steel Dagger again, duplicate it, go crazy. It seems to work. Spike of the Stygian's okay, but I think it's one of the other two. I think I want to take Formless Child because I'm interested in, like, opening up that route. Okay, the Wickless Baron is actually a good bottom floor tank. So I'm going to grab him. We can play him very well with a Sweeper. So if the bottom floor is Cold Kalia, Wickless Baron, and Spares, the middle floor is Soul Guard, Siren of the Sea, and Spares. And the top floor right now is just like Shield Stewards and whatever. I think it's probably a Heaven's Light because we've got a lot of deployment energy, so the Hell's Flame is less interesting. That might mean that it's Heaven's Light, Limbo, Solace over the course of the run. Let's check it out. If I get offered a Steward's Chamber again, I probably take it. It's like some kind of manifold. I mean, it's not that great. This Merchant Magic's very mediocre. I probably need unit upgrades more than anything else. Let's check the event. Dante's is not that helpful right now. Resin Block would be more interesting in certain circumstances. If we get a good setup off the Formless Child, Resin Block could be pretty nice. Flicker's Liquor is maybe okay right now, because the dregs will give me discounts on stuff. We can only buy one of these things. Dante's Footstool is pretty weak. I think let me take Flicker's Liquor, because I see very expensive equipment in my future. I think that's the route I'm kind of looking at, and I'm just going to go full titanchannel as well. This is more up in the air. Oh, maybe I can make it not up in the air and just take Dante and go crazy. We can put a Hef's Hammer on Dante and, like, combine it with a Swift Steel Dagger. We could bring Dante back with a Formless Child. This gives me a lot more direction to play with. He's going to be easy to deploy with Urzels. We have the Heaven's Light to work with it. I think this does necessitate that I take Limbo Solace so that I'm not stuck drawing nothing but candles. Let's see. Dante's going to be like a multi-strike to attack 20-something is my expectation. Kel the Corruptor is going to hit the board and kill Dante in like 3 turns. But Soul Guard is going to slap the boss down. I only need to worry about these Fallen Executioners. On this configuration, there's like almost no time where I am inflicting 180 in a single go. Unless Soul Guard's awake. So if I take these Fallen Executioners, they go up top. Oh, Siren Song kills them. Siren Song kills them full to dead. Right. I have a little more work to do before Dante carries the run, but it's pretty doable. Like, I'm definitely not working against anything insurmountable right now. That's for sure. The Wickless Baron is surprisingly a big help in the run. He does give me a solid tank to pair with the Volcalia. Yeah, I can drop this down. It's pretty handy. I don't need to take attacks if I'm not forced to here. See, I don't have any dead units yet. Don't really want to get the Formless Child out there. Get the Flicker's Liquor to make those discounted, and I think I play him up here to get him out of the way. And I'm going to let the Formless Child ride. Keep playing stuff in front of the Baron. Incant up. He gets killed by the fire. Yep. Let's see. I pretty much just need to play a Wicklash target here. One there. Okay. There's my crazier tools. I don't need you. I think we've scaled adequately on our second floor as well. So the really crazy thing about this is that because he's in stasis, Soul Guard isn't corrupted. So, like, Kel is not going to murder him the way he usually would. With this 5 corruption on summon that he does. I suppose I could Wicklash somebody without, like, really feeling it, but I'll just do this. Oh, we're doing 600 to him anyway? Wow, okay. Yeah, the Baron had toughened up more than I thought. Drop those. We'll do one more cast. Bring out the Dreg first. Oh, actually, bringing out the Dreg makes him take corruption and die, but whatever, it's fine. Yeah, the 100 stats here wins. Titanchannel basically means if you can get through the fight without your champion will kill the boss. Guardian Stone is a pretty good include on our second floor. Wicked Blaze is maybe okay. Memorial for the Melted could be broken. Sometimes we break this run open with, like, Endless Dante. I don't think we're there because we don't have, like, Blight Salve or something. We don't have a reliable way of getting Dante's stats up. I'm gonna skip these. Let's see. I'm thinking it's probably Merchant of Arms, and we want to get our Hef's Hammer combined with our Swift Steel Dagger. And then we look for an Empyrean Well in the next ring with that Merchant of Trinkets. And that will probably put the run on lockdown. Wickless Tycoon is probably playable to the bottom floor, which is now Baron Tycoon Cold Kalia. Arms, we do have a weapons cache option. Weapons cache might be playable. So, it probably is. What's our Urzel's cost? We got 8. Yeah, this is probably good. I think we're rolling. Check. It's not better. Merge Hef's Hammer with Swift Steel Dagger. The most important thing that reads is attack power 35, honestly. I mean, the quick is also a big deal. We don't need to make it deployable because we can make the weapons cache deployable. And that effectively makes all of our equipment pseudo-deployable. And free, because that's cool. Looking at a Purge, probably. We do not need a second shield. Okay, so our deployment looks like 4 energy into rooms, and then we play units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're a little bit over on that then. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Because we have 8 deployment energy. We could use a little more now. Or I could remove the Siren Song or not play Siren Song during the deployment. Okay, I have 7 total deployable cards if my count is right. Let me do that again. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 deployable cards. Okay. I'm probably going to duplicate an equipment later, but none of the equipment is deployable. So I don't need to remove any deployable cards necessarily. Remove the Spear Steward. What else? Remove a copy of Forgotten Power. Okay. Now I think the run is probably a foregone conclusion, to be fair. Higher Dampener. How tough is that? I don't think this makes us lose. I think it makes us make less money. Flicker Licker's not active during deployment either, so... Wait, that didn't trigger weapons catch? There we go. I think we need this on Dante right now. It's just like a crazy, insane amount of it's an insane amount of damage. I think the Siren is more important here than the Wickless Tycoon. So if I didn't have the -1, I could get the Wickless Tycoon out, but we're not deploying the Siren Song anymore. Which is fine, because Dante's going to mow everything down anyway. Get that out. I like the Molten Paste early. Start sharding up. Let's see. I don't really have a Whiplash target there. I can play this Dreg as a Harvest. Just play out the Siren Song so it's gone. And then the rest of that is fine. He actually does get escorted to the pyre, and I'm sure he gets knocked out. More harvest targets. That actually provides some value. It's not great, but it's okay. Throw that out. Hey, somebody who wasn't Dante got to attack. Thought I would note that. Bit of money for harvesting here. That's cool. Always love having a Tycoon participate. Soul Guard wakes up. We had won just before waking up Soul Guard, but we can also wake up. So we will. The room is going to grow to a humorous size here, but it doesn't matter much. Urzul's is mostly just a 20 attack chunk. Like, I have not played a run in a really, really long time that actually used Urzul's for something productive. I think I take the Titan's Tooth here because I can pretty often discard it and it's extra shards onto Soul Guard. This is probably a skip. It can matter in the Kale fight and the Dominion fight, actually, so I'm going to take Resonance. There are enough applications for it. I think there are 3 fights that will have prominent debuffs in. We will take Reduce Burden. Candelabra is really overpowered. Okay, so obviously Merchant of Steel can get us an upgrade on Dante. The Empyrean Well can get us a duplicate of our broken equipment. I think I need the broken equipment for my bottom floor Cold Kalia to sweep well, so we're going to run over here. Take that. Also get to check the Trinket Merchant here. The Attuned Whetstone is actually redundant. We do not need it. The Void Fragment is okay, but it doesn't do that much. I'm gonna take the Void Fragment because it's worth at least 3 card removes, and it's just, like, a fair price for it. I'm not gonna take Judge's Scales. It doesn't change the game enough. Right? There are cases where Judge's Scales helps me get rid of dregs early, and it might help me, like, get harvests faster. but I think I just draw those cards anyway. Does it help me get shards faster? What do I even discard into it? I don't have that much discard fodder. Golden Idol does a lot more. What about jackstrips? I do have to take 2 challenges. I have to take the challenge on 7 for that Golden Idol to pay for itself. Actually, that Golden Idol was probably bad. I have to take the challenge on 7, and it gets me 200 gold to do that. So that was... Well, it gets me... It's a net gain of 50 gold. That was a bad purchase. What about jackstrips? What about this jackstrips? I think this jackstrips is probably pretty good. Yeah, I'll take it. I'm definitely duplicating the equipment. I think that kind of has to happen. Alright. I want to go to a Merchant of Steel and a Merchant of Arms. So this is probably the route we're taking. Because I have a shitload of unupgraded units. A lot of them. And actually, what I want is the Merchant of Steel and an Empyrean Well. Because I want to duplicate that equipment a 3rd time. Here we go. Yeah, I think I'm pretty secure here. Mostly. Yeah, I noticed the Soul Guard doesn't trigger the weapons cache, but I could have sworn that in my last run, when he was cold channeled, he was. So, is Stasis blocking the weapons cache trigger? That seems weird and unintuitive. I'm not certain if that's what's going on. I think we really want the Shield Steward out to lure Kale up here for the first round. The Tycoon is extra. We got the Tycoon. Play the drag. Build up the shard count. I can take 1 from the candle to set Siren Song. Let's see, I can remove all these spikes away. It doesn't matter much. Actually, it's probably saving Dante's life. Hold on. Let me read my indicators again. Get rid of all that. So we are at the point where we have some dead turns in. Guess I can play this Molten Casement. Play this here for shards. I don't need to play it to kill anything. I think I want to drop this. Have to see if the Siren of the Sea wants to live. Yep, she's good. I don't have, like, crazy scaling for the Siren of the Sea. I've definitely had better incant setups. But this is pretty much sufficient, so it works. Okay, do that, and then do this. Let's see. I'm sweeping all the cherubs. Oh, we're killing Kale. He's already dead. Good. I was thinking about, like, oh, what else do I need to do from here? How do I prep the second floor? Don't have to. We got enough stats on the Baron that time that we're good. Let's see. How good is Hoarfrost effigy here? I think it's okay. We got a decent amount of frostbite onto the guy here. We're not going to another Merchant of Arms, so we're not going to get a Frost Piercer. That makes me think this Hoarfrost is pretty mediocre. Gifts for a guard will always hit Flash Freeze, Helical Crystals, and Titan's Tooth, because they're my only 3 damage spells. So if I want to make the deck 3 cards smaller, that's a way to do it. None of those spells have a tune or anything that makes them particularly cool with plus 30 power. So I think that's going to be a no from me. Yeah, I think this is all pretty mid for my current build. I'm going to skip. Okay, here's a big question between Limbo Solace and Hell's Flame. I feel like it's Hell's Flame, but just barely. 3 energy is just pretty uncomfortable in a lot of circumstances. I'm just going to reduce the Dreg count by a little bit. We don't really have reforms to, like, want to get a tight number of dregs. Sometimes you just want to reduce the dreg count so that you're more consistently reforming the same dregs with your random reforms. That doesn't really matter here, but yeah. We are on Dominion Seraph. I think I need to Heartstone Dante so that he doesn't keel over randomly. Let's do that. I kind of need to do the same for the Guardian Stone, but it's less important if the Guardian Stone dies. We don't really need to Speedstone the Cold Kalia. We don't really need to Speedstone Dante, because we're applying speed to both of them. So... Strength Stone, I think, goes to something random. Just to, like, fit more power on the board somewhere. I'm gonna put it on the Tycoon, because if the Tycoon's kind of cosmetic. I'm not too miffed if he dies. I'm going to dualize the Guardian Stone. And I'm going to give him Incant Armor 2. I'm going to Immortal Stone Dante. No, I can't. Because if his equipment falls off, he's useless either way. I'm going to Eternalize the Formless Child. So that gives me probably the most value of the course of everything. Let's see. It does cost 2 energy to play this every time, because he's not reformed. He's not 0 cost. Probably Wickstone and Drake, then. Make it a little more valuable. We didn't hit the upgrades I really wanted for my Cold Kalia, unfortunately. I'm gonna go Titan Channel 3, which is 15/15 per shard. Pretty wild. That has been picked clean. Not the best upgrades. Archis. If I go all the way on Archis, it's pretty cool, but I am going to have to go to this Pyramanes up over here. Because we're going to be unhealthy. We're going to be at 26. So this will take us up to, like, 57 Pyre health. If Dominion doesn't hurt us, that's probably good enough. The Candelabra means that Dominion during the Titans fight only does 1 damage to us per turn, and the corruptions we get from Entropy do less to us as well. And this represents a crapload of card draw, honestly. But it means we're not going to hit. It means we're not going to hit this Empyrean well, but I think we can probably get by with that. Yeah, I think this is probably worth it. So we can get us some other stuff along the way. Yeah, since this is offer 10, it does the full 10. The Titan skin doesn't apply. I thought that would probably be the case. Melting Spout is fine. I have 2 tunes. That's decent. The Looming Dark Shard is, like, absurdly card positive and energy positive. It's just pretty good with Dante in general. This does mean that if we leak a unit, we probably horribly die. Jack strips means I take this, is my opinion on this. And I really want the 600 gold, even though I already have 500 gold. I want a lot of stuff. Since I took the Hell's Flame, I should be able to play the Siren Song immediately as well. What's it called? Actually, Dante quick strikes out this row, so I'm not even in danger from this. I just need to play this Siren Song and I'm fine. Gee, I don't even need to play the Siren Song because they Jack strips die on the way up. Wow. It's just that easy. Sometimes you're just safe. Baron, Tycoon, Siren. There we go. Yep, we are perfectly safe. Guardian Stone. Wait, did that... Oh my goodness. Looming Dark Shard still triggers off of those draws, too. I haven't even, like, registered that. That's so good. I don't think I need to bring the Formless Child in. Nothing's died yet, so it doesn't help. I don't need stealth for this row either. Flash you. Doesn't matter much. That going. Alright. We're not quite killing this Avowed Gladiator yet. Zicker is pretty useful here, isn't it? I guess we can also play the Shield Steward here. Got a bunch of extra space. This does nothing, this does nothing. We can let that Collector go. Goofed up. Right, the Wing Steel draws me cards. If it draws me a Corruption, it pulls more. Incants up, shards 13. That guy will die on his way up. He's not fully dead. It's close enough. I think now we go into Formless Child stuff. Well, the offering tokens have gotten quite absurdly better. Like, things that didn't need to happen. Do that. All of these. If that guy's under 200 health, yeah, he'll be dying. If we do 300 health with the fire, after the top floor. So there's a point where we start getting in better dregs. Like offering tokens. This child should be worth playing. You have a lot of dregs in the pile. Looks like we've been able to play all of those too, which is great. Always Whiplash the strongest dreg. I played that in a slightly suboptimal order. This Avowed Gladiator is threatening to get through. There's not enough damage on him. I'll wake up Soul Guard early. Fortunately, Soul Guard's damage got kind of wasted. He ran his attack into a guy with 20 health. I need to do, like, he needs to have about 14 more Frostbite. That does the work. Now he dies. I don't want to cast into this. I don't want more spikes on here. Spikes on a Thane probably like reduces the amount of work Dante can do. Oh, I think Solguard pretty much wins. He's got a lot of stats. Why didn't the top floor animate? There he goes. Okay. I thought that would play out before it scrolled down, but I guess it's not how it works. Yeah, we just discard these, and we let it play. We'll put a dragon. No, really. Yeah, Thane gets a bunch of extra damage. She's swinging for 80, but it still takes her about 4 interactions to get through a 300-something Soul Guard. Alright, we are wealthy. I will take a Frenzied Swarm. That's good utility. I think we take one of these two. I don't think it's the Sacrificial Resurrection here. I think, actually, Sacrificial Resurrection can probably burn... well, these are Unpurgeable. I don't know if it can burn these. I think Unpurgeable probably trumps Consume. I think Engulfed in Smoke is the utility card that is likelier to protect us in the earlier fragile rounds. And I think we do have fragile rounds in the early parts of the fight. I could drop a Wicklash. They're not doing very much. I'm just going to drop a Dreg. No, I'm going to drop the Scout Swipe. Kind of 6 of 1, which one I choose there. I want more Pyre health. That is the #1 consideration right now. We kind of buy all this stuff just because we have the cash. We don't buy Odie's Totem. Equal Oil is a little helpful here. What do I feel about Iron Tongue? We have the option for another Combine. Let's see. Is there ever a case where we're using Void Armament with something? So Void Armament Iron Tongue only discounts to 3 off of the room. I think it might be able to be drawn multiple times and discounted multiple times over. So with that, it's plus 10 HP on a unit. They get purged on Extinguish, but I can put it on my Tycoon. I don't need the Tycoon in the Titans fight. And then that is doing a slow sweep 60. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. I think the Void Armament is still viable because it should be good equipment for the Siren of the Sea. Let me buy it and roll. I want to play it with Bloodthirsty Blade. I mean, It's probably okay. We're probably playing it after 2 discounts. I mean, I think it comes down to a point where it's like, this is more powerful than not doing it. And when you're at this point in the run, you just do this stuff because you can be stronger. If we had put Quick on Dante, this Bloodthirsty Blade might have made for a better Dante equip. But I wouldn't put the Purge on it in that case. Because the risk of purging Dante could lose me the run. I already rerolled this. And I already rerolled this, right? Yeah, so we're about done unless I want card purges. We already have a Vortex here. I'm going to drop 1 Forgone Power. I think we're good after that. Yeah, I don't really want to remove anything else. Alright, let's see how we end up. Honestly, I think the Candelabra carries us through this, more or less. Like, a lot of cases, I think the Candelabra is more exciting than Dante is. And I'm not 100% ready to say that that's the case, but it really feels like it. We do want the flying unit to show up here first. Which is to say, we want Seraph to show up here. Yes, that gets discounted again. I will put that here. I think the Siren probably doesn't die in this fight. But if it does, I think I can live with it. Okay, that. Go ahead and block the attack. Keep the Shield Steward up longer so we can keep luring. I think we're playing Engulfed in Smoke on this floor. Start stacking up the Siren, keeping it safe. We're going to Frenzied Swarm Seraph. For sure. I probably don't need a resin removal. Got our Guardian Stone. Drop that. That. There we go. Did get some corruption onto our frontliner here. Here's a Molten Casement. Prioritize these offering tokens. We always want to keep Dregs in here to block Seraph attacks. Whiplash Dregs. We might get 2 Forgone Powers. Okay. Want to check for that first. We might have a lose condition if Seraph is able to corrupt out the bottom floor, but with resin removal, I think we just stay safe. That's pretty good. The Formless Child probably gets us the rest of the way through. Forgot, our Tombs dying gives us a bunch of energy, right? So I think I got... Yeah, I got the Encased Ember. So that'll give us a bit more gas in some circumstances. As if we needed it. I don't really want to Whiplash anything of that. I'll Whiplash the Tomb. That's 11 shards. I'm not sure if I have a shard target. I think when it comes to the Titans fight, we probably just hold shards up until we are, like, under threat. I can't really play these Forgone Powers, so I really want to end on Frenzied Swarm here. But I have a lot of energy. Just kind of throw things away. Formless Child is dying. Why did he get more burnout? Did I have a Wickstone on? Maybe I had a Wickstone on. No, I didn't Wickstone. I'm not sure why his burnout went up. His melting spout should give him burnout 1. I don't know how he got the burnout 2. Did I wicklashed him? I wicklashed him. That's what it was. Duh. I can wicklash him again. He's got corruption. He dies anyway. We do helical, engulfed, frenzied swarm. No, energy. Do that. So far, I've gotten lucky on my Frenzied Swarm draws. I've been able to frenzy him every time he's on my important row. And then as for the bottom row, I was just able to, resin remove. I'm gonna do here again. Drop the Wickless Baron's Corruption. Flash the Dregs. On. That looks good. Oh, I said forgone instead of forgotten because the last chat message is still in my periphery. Block here with a Formless Child. There. Smoke. I don't think I really need a Frenzied Swarm anywhere. I guess I Frenzied Swarm here because it keeps the Shield Steward alive a little longer. Which is one more chance for him to go to the top floor. And I love it when he goes to the top floor because I don't care about that place. Wave. It's fine. Play this here, and I think I just Frenzied Swarm here to drop the Titan's Tooth. We did wind up with some corruption sticking on this floor, so he is going to sweep this out decently quick. But we don't need to wake up. We don't need to wake up Soul Guard until the end, so we're very, very safe. Right, just want to drop these candles. Get the Formless Child out back just in case. I have so much energy right now, kinda crazy. We have killed the boss without waking up Soul Guard, but we lose our important person right now. Now we kill without losing the Siren. But also this happens. Yeah, I did not want to take any result where we beat the boss at the cost of the Siren. I think we do need everything for the Titans fight. I think our goal is probably... I think Soul Guard is probably a functional unit at half that size. Dropping a Whiplash, Drag, or Foregone Power. Oh, it is Foregone Power, actually. It's not forgotten. It is Foregone. Let me drop a Drag. Fewer Dregs in the mix. Titans fight, here we go. The biggest danger to me right now is a misclick, so... It's not entirely true. Savagery hits really hard, and we have immediate pressure from entropy, so there are a couple things to watch out for here. Like, yeah, there are multiple floors where we could be losing units. I don't really have a way to pump him up, so I think he just dies as a consequence of being put in front of the Wickless Tycoon. He might need to be behind the Wickless Tycoon for this fight. The Formless Child can block the first attack here. It could also be that I'm supposed to have reversed them. Let me actually redo that for this turn. Because if the Dreg dies here, the Formless Child can bring them back. The Formless Child has 30 health, so they're a good blocker. Drop that. Oh, we have Engulf and Smoke anyway. Alright. Alright. Play the Titan's Tooth rather than Engulf. I want the incants either way, but I do want this unit to die if the Formless Child is going to die. And then in the next round, I'll reverse them. I'll need the Formless Child to keep pace with Savagery. And him dying every turn gives me a shitload of energy. No, there we go. Clean. Thank you, Flicker Licker. Okay, that's working. This Shield Steward is not going to last. Play a Drag up here, and I think he gets a hit in. Let's see. I can keep stripping Savagery's Rage. That can matter a little bit. It's also an incant. This Dante does some work, but he doesn't actually hit that hard. Because he's got no on-strike scaling of any kind, and I don't actually have cards to buff him up. Get the Guardian Stone in. Formless Child again. Drag out. Firelight. Let's see. I think we Frenzied Swarm on Savagery here. Or we can just go for Ron Power's Frenzied Swarm here. The top floor can die. I'm not concerned about it, so we should just be preserving the Siren. Although I can't daze Entropy, so Entropy's probably the only one doing damage. A lot of slots down here with Enta to use. Formless Child needs to go down here. Molten Casement's pretty good. I think we're going to use the Molten Casement here. Yeah, blocks a lot of damage. It's pretty good. Throw that out now so I can look at previews. Firelight. That. I don't have to worry about the rest of this so long as I play the Frenzied Swarm. Where are we swarming? Got the Burnout here. Only damage I'm taking here is from the Corruption. We're at 12 Shard. Taking a handsome amount of damage on the Wickless Baron, so I think I want a Frenzied Swarm here. The Formless Child still burns out, so I still get my value. That looks a lot better. I'm getting a ton of value out of this Melting Spout. This is crazy. The 30 health on Tombs is a huge game changer in terms of how they interact with Savagery, since he will bulldoze them most of the time otherwise. Well, what do I mean most of the time? It's just how it works. Let's see. I want the tombs to burn out, so we're not gonna Wicklash either of them. Helical there for an incant. Frenzied Swarm for an incant. Soul Guard's up to 17. We are pretty much at the point where we could wake him up. He's 17x2, so playing him as a blocker up here, I do get Fire Hunted. I think if I play both of these, maybe I don't, because one is a Molten Encasement. I might have to Wicklash to avoid a Fire Hunt. With that, I definitely don't get Fire Hunt. And I think I can get away with being avoidant of that. Can't buff these guys up too much. I'm going to go ahead and wake him up. Throw out a Titan's Tooth down here, get the Harvest in. Baron a little healthier. Yeah, my scaling's not really that fast, so I'm not making crazy progress in these guys. And we're under threat here if I can't draw a solution. That's all 3 cards played, so yeah, we're losing some units down here. I don't seem to have a way around that. This is what I get for Wicklashing the Formless Child, because I don't have access to him right now, and I could use him. But I suppose, if units are dying, I can Wicklash them for better stats. I don't really want to play this. We only take 1 damage for holding it. This is going to be a long fight, but our Pyre dies very, very slowly. I just need to be able to deal with Savagery. Use Smoke here. Let's see. Prison removal. We don't want to give him more burnout. We want to let him die here. So, Frenzied Swarm here. Okay, so Dominion is done. Shield Steward, it's gonna die, that's fine. I don't need to play those, but I get an incant if it's free. Drop him. His Extinguish is being blocked right now. It's not what we like, but it's not that bad. We're only getting armor out of the incants. Soul Guard's not going to get any bigger. I can remove the stealth from the Chosen Herald. That doesn't make him die to the sweep, though. Might as well. I could Wicklash the Cold Kalia, and then he dies on the sweep, which enables the Formless Child to do stuff. I get stuck Wicklashing the Cold Kalia for the rest of the fight, but I think I have it. I'm pretty sure I can draw those cards. Alright, we sweep that, we get Pyre Hunted. Yeah, it's just a slog for Entropy to die. I think we're probably expected to kill Savagery just because we stealth cheese him or something. We have to Frenzied Swarm him here as well. but I should be able to post up enough damage. Yeah, I'll just stealth this floor. And we'll Frenzied Swarm the bottom floor. Play that for an incant. Let's do this. Okay, he's half dying here. Still need another, like, 900 damage to Entropy. Make that about 600. We had that unit burn out. So we lost our sweeper. A bit of carelessness. We won the fight. Okay. Cool. Yeah, 11th wave Titans is pretty long, but we can fight forever under the Archis Dante's combo. Just pretty safe overall. We maybe could have done some more burnout shenanigans, given that we had Fade's First Blade. So every time a unit lost burnout, it was going to convert to rage. Pretty hype. All right, so we've got all of our what's it? Seraph clears in Stygian. We just need to get our Titan clears with 2 of our Tethys runs.